morning. I should have just live streamed. I knew I should have live streamed when I go through town, because whenever I go through town it's eventful. I wait for people to just log in. I'll take you for a walk through my town centre, eh? Some bloke just come up to me. Well, two, you'll see the video of the one bloke come up to me. But if ever I'm bored, I just have to go for a walk through Luton town centre, because it's always eventful. But some bloke, this is fair play to this bloke, he's just come up and goes, Tommy, you walk through town on your own? So yeah, I always walk through town on my own, bro. He goes, nah, I can't have that, I'm going to walk with you. I don't know the bloke, but he goes, I'm going to walk with you in case anyone says anything to you. That's a great feeling for me, to know that people care. And then I just had some Muslim bloke come up to me. You'll see the video I just posted online. I should have live streamed, I was going to live stream. But some Muslim bloke come up to me and said, Tommy, I watch a lot of your videos, I agree with everything you say, I agree with a lot of what you say. You right, yeah? What's that? What'd you say?
Fuck you, TommyRobinson, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of it.
Look, this is a day of the life. How old are you, mate? How old are you? Oh, it's always eventful, man. It's always eventful. See, the racist term. He's a Muslim. What he means is, fuck you, TommyRobinson, for speaking about my religion. Because as a non-Muslim, I'm not allowed to speak about his religion. I'm not allowed to give my opinions. I'm not allowed to give my ideas. You're not allowed to talk about it. And if you do, obviously, he probably weighed about 7 stone, so he's not going to try and confront me. And there was only 2 of them. He looked pretty young as well. But so if you go past 10, then that changes. Right, deplorable Dan, how you doing? Can you share with Alfie Evans' story? See, I'm about to hopefully try and make contact about his story. I'm going to try to. You've just jogged my memory again. I just don't know if his family will want me to, but I'm going to try and contact. I've been given his auntie's number. I'm going to try and contact them and see if... Reconnected. Alfie Evans. The more I've only just, and I'll be honest, I've been so everywhere. I've been busy. Just really last night started reading up properly about Alfie Evans' case. I still don't know all the ins and outs, but the fact that you have another country offering him citizenship for him to be an attempt to save him. Why wouldn't they just try? How much does a stone? Oh, bro. Let me tell you a little story. Whilst I'm in Luton, I'll show you this shop. So, Luton Borough Council, which is... What's happening, Liam?
You alright, yeah?
You going jail?
Yeah, man.
Good luck, man. Oh, Kelly, how are you?
Good, yeah?
Yeah, still out. He's on his way to... I'm having a better day than him then. I'm having a better day than him. But this... Yes, bro. Right, yeah. This is Luton Town Hall. Now, my council, I was walking through one day and I heard that there's a shop opening and the council are opening it. So I read in the paper, they're opening a centre called Discover Islam. So what I done was the first thing I done, I thought, let me have a look at this centre that my council are opening. And that you can dig up the pictures from this. Everyone, my council, the police, everyone, probation, the head of probation, they're all at the opening and celebrating opening this shop in our town centre. I'll walk up to the shop now. This shop is called Discover Islam. This shop, first thing I did, I looked into the manager of the shop, who was the manager, who was going to be the man coming into our town. He's from Fulham. His name was Yusuf Bonner. Yusuf Bonner said, I went onto his blog, and what he said on his blog is that he will not rest, he will not stop until Islam is brought into every home in Luton. He said that Christians are wearing suicide vests of wrongful belief, and they must deactivate those suicide vests. This is the terminology he used. Actually, Islam was his 5th religion. The geezer had been everything but a Jedi. An absolute Fruit Loop, head loop. And my council, that place there, were opening this centre. Now this centre has opened. It's linked. What I did is I set up a fake profile online. And back then I never used to video all of this. So I just used to be running around doing this stuff. So I set up a fake profile, and a Muslim profile. And I started messaging the man from the centre, asking if brother Abdul Rahim is behind this centre. Is he involved? So what I got, yes, he is. So Abdul Rahim is part of an extremist charity. They've got charity status in our country. They're all radicals. It's insane. But let's go in and see if we can have a chat with the centre. And guess what happened? When I produced all this documentation about this Islamic centre, then Yusuf Bonner, before the centre even opened, resigned. So the manager, because we exposed him, because I exposed his hatred and his extremism, the centre that my council and my police were opening in my town, it's a dawah centre. So this is actually a shop that Muslims can convert in. That they can come out on the street and they act from this shop. What I want to know is who's paying for this shop, who pays the overheads, who pays the bills, who pays all these costs. And they're coming in before, and what they'll usually have, we'll see now, but they'll usually have a white convert in here. Because of course, when the white convert comes in, their job is to convert non-Muslims. So when you go in there, they want someone that can connect with you and lie to you and tell you, oh yes, how I still live my normal life, and my dad is non-Muslim, and that's okay. Here's the shop.
Oh really? Is he?
Here's the shop. Let's see if they convert. Hey man. I'm alright, you? No filming in here. Why not?
I don't want to.
Can't the public see what we're talking about?
Well, not me.
I'll respect you if you don't want to, but
I don't want to.
so we can't have a chat about Islam?
No.
Is this a dawah centre?
No, it's more, we do.
This is to come in and question about Islam, though, yeah?
We do a lot of charity work. Here.
Okay, yeah.
So what we do is we do like food bank, curry kitchen.
Yeah, I've seen it.
School assemblies, that sort of thing.
But this is not, so this shop's not open for someone to come in and question you about Islam?
Yeah, they can.
They can, so can I? Can
not
we?
on camera, no.
Not on camera, why not? So you must
I don't want to talk to you on camera.
You must have something to hide.
I haven't got anything personally to hide. I just don't
If
want to be on
you're
camera.
proud of Islam and you can answer all the questions and let the public decide.
No, but I don't want to be on camera.
You don't want to be on camera, okay. Is there Wahhabi Salafi books in here?
Well, we don't really get involved in sex.
You don't get involved in sex? No, but are there Wahhabi or Salafist books in here?
Shouldn't be, no.
There shouldn't be?
Very basic stuff like 5 pillars.
Very basic stuff. And then if people convert here, then they move on to the Wahhabis.
Listen, you can show them what books we have and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't be putting my face on camera.
Alright, bruv. Well, just fine. I was just coming through town, so I thought you might be able to act for a little discussion.
I'm happy to show, like, I'm more than happy for you to show the public.
Are you more than happy if I come down with a camera? If I come down with a camera,
Well,
if I come down.
to hide here, but I don't want to be on.
But if you had nothing to hide, you'd be happy to be on camera.
I don't want to be on camera.
So can I ask you questions with me being on camera, not you? No. Worth a try. I thought that's the reason why this shop was here. I thought the shop was here to answer questions about Islam, so I've come to try and ask some questions.
Yeah, but I don't want to be on camera. Even if you come back another day and someone else is here, they might want to.
Someone more knowledgeable.
No, not necessarily. I just don't want to be.
Someone who has their lies better prepared.
We had a conversation last time. You didn't really answer what back when I said this, did I?
What's that? So can we talk? Are you up for talking now? No. Mate, there's no point if you're not. But you're not going to answer. All right, bruv. Who's behind this centre? Who funds this centre?
I come in to help.
Who pays you? Who pays your wages? Who pays? That's not my business. No, we know who pays your wages. We know who pays your wages. Charity status, charity boxes, funding the ummah, funding the jihad. That's what's happening. Right in our town centre. Shops in our town centre. Look, town centre. Bang in the middle of my town centre. And so many weak, vulnerable people, they come out on the street from that centre that the council opened. That's the problem here. The council opened, and there's actually a real in-depth thing where Gilligan, the journalist Gilligan, what's happening, man? The famous Tommy Robinson, taking a stroll through his famous town. So, they opened this centre, and they done exactly the same. So what they did is, in Tower Hamlets, the council, when Luton got in, were working with IRA, which is an Islamic charity, and they started changing and these leaflets, the leaflets that are in that centre, the leaflets that are in that centre ended up being given out in council premises, in community centres, in all of these things. And we're all asleep to it. In every single town and city, they're opening these shops. These shops whose sole purpose is to convert the entire town to Islam. And they're opening it, aided, abetted, supported by your local council. Labour, working with Islamic radicals, because that's who's behind that centre. See, he knows I know who's behind that centre, because I've already exposed them for the last years. I just haven't done it for a little while because I've been so busy going everywhere else. But as I'm in town centre this morning, I thought I'd share with you what's happened in this town. So basically they went from having their extremist stalls out on the street to basically the council opening them centres, conversion centres. Imagine that, the council. Your local council want everyone in your town converted to Islam. That's what they said when they opened that centre. But, and you see how he wouldn't answer questions on camera, because I'm going to ask him the questions that journalists should be asking them. I'm going to ask him the questions that will expose their intolerance. So of course he can't answer those on camera. And of course he was white when he's a white convert sat behind the desk. If you went in there as a non-Muslim and you were looking into Islam, he'll tell you how great it is, how everything's brilliant, and how, yes, my dad and I still go to meet my dad, and my dad still drinks alcohol, and my family this, and all the little questions that they need to answer. He is absolute, man. What a beautiful day. You know what you just missed then? I'll wait for a few people to come on, but what you just missed then was actually pretty funny. But I recorded it, so I'll share it in a minute. I'll share it in a minute on my phone. It's a beautiful day. What you just missed then was, as the screen froze, a car pulled up next to me, and I videoed it, so I'm going to share it in a minute. And a Muslim fella pulled up in the car and said, "Brother, can you please do something for me?" I said, "What do you want me to do?" And he got his phone out. "Cheers, mate." He said, "Will you please say, 'Bilal Hussein, you adulterous bastard'?" So he wanted me to do a video. I did it. I'll show you the video. I'll share the video in a minute. So I done it saying, "Hey, Bilal Hussein." I wonder what Bilal Hussein's done. He might get stoned. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick tour or a walk around my town with myself as I'm in town. Please speak up for Alfie Evans. I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done here in town, I'm gonna get in contact hopefully and try and cover the story of Alfie Evans. Come and see the Arndale Centre with me. It's a beautiful day. Just see the looks I just get, you know, when I just walk past. It's just like, oh my God, there he is. Yes, here I am. It's a beautiful day. And our town centre, this is Luton Shopping Centre. It's a bit early at the minute. And I can't come to town without getting a smoothie. And some abuse, which always happens. Sometimes more than others. What's everyone else doing on this good day? Tommy did that shop. Let me tell you another story. About this town centre. In fact, I'll walk up there now. So, 6 years ago, I heard that they were opening a mosque in the shopping centre. This being our shopping centre. So I come down to the town centre. I went up to where I heard they're opening this mosque, and it was ready to open. They'd built it. It was ready. They called it a multi-faith prayer room. Yeah? It was ready to open. You know, mate. They said it was ready to open. So I went into the business next door, which has been there 40 years, a family-run bakery. I said, "Do you want a mosque next door to your bakery? Just look outside any mosque on a Friday and you'll see herds and groups of Muslim men. Does anyone want that outside their bakery?" No. So he said no. So I went into the Turkish restaurant, who are Muslim, of course. I said, "What do you think of the fact they're opening a mosque here?" And the Turkish man said, "This is the last thing we need. This town has enough tensions without a mosque, without turning the shopping centre into a mosque." That's what they were doing. So then, this is how I knew that the tactics and what we'd done with the English Defence League, it did work. I then went for a meeting, or I walked in on the managers of this shopping centre. I said, "Let me tell you what we're going to do. I've just been round and spoke to all the businesses around here, and none of them want a mosque. So can you tell me why you're opening a mosque?" They said, "Because there's needs from the community." Oh, the community. The only community? No, the Islamic community. So the Islamic community want a mosque in the shopping centre. They want a mosque everywhere. Doesn't mean you give them it. Does not mean you give them it. So they want a mosque in the Arndale Centre. So I said to the man who owns the shopping centre, you see, if you open a mosque in this shopping centre, where people come to shop, where families come to shop, the shopping centre should be religious free. All religions. Religious free shopping centre. You come here to shop. We're back. Anyway, here's where the mosque was. So we said, if you open the mosque, what we're going to do is, at the time, we were the English Defence League, we're going to come and protest in this shopping centre. When we do that, as you've seen what happened when we protest in city centres, the police board up the city centres. So that means they'll board up this shopping centre. Which then you'll have to explain to all of these businesses and all these revenues, all losing their revenue. Yeah. So, as I was telling you, they then decided not to open the mosque. Look what they opened instead. That's not what they opened instead, but the mosque thing was up there. But let me just get a phone charger, man. Oh, mate. Can I just get an iPhone charger? I'll get an iPhone charger, the new one. No, the plug as well. Protein, mate. Yeah. Look. So what's going on here? We're making a movie. They're making a movie in Luton. Okay? Look. I'm not allowed to film, no? I can film here. I'm allowed to film here. It's my town centre, isn't it?
What he can and does.
It's my town centre. I can film wherever I want, mate.
That's okay then, we'll move to that tree and film then.
I'm allowed to film wherever I want. Mate, it's my town centre. I'll film wherever I want, bro. So... Oh, bruv. Do you know what they're filming? They're filming a movie about Pakistani who come over to the UK in the 1980s to Luton. They're making a film for TV. Come over to Luton and they're going to show how the Muslim community expanded. Oh, what a beautiful love story. What if they show all the terrorists that come out of that community? What if they show the reality of what happened when that community grew? Or if they paint some pink, lovey-dovey picture of Luton with market stalls and beautiful people, all communities friendly and getting on and everyone living like a multicultural love nest. That's what's going to be portrayed. I'd predict. But yeah, they're making a movie. That's what all this is about. They're making a film in Luton Town Centre. So, I was walking through town, wasn't I? Walking through town, I see that they're making a film in the Luton Town Centre. Do you know what the film's called? Write-ins from Bury Park. This film is going to be broadcast in cinemas across the country. And the lady, my battery died, but the lady producing, I spoke to the lady, I said, I'm from Luton, so it's going to be about Luton. She goes, it's going to make Luton look great. So it's going to tell the story of a Pakistani who comes to Luton in the 80s. It's going to tell his story, and it's going to make Luton look great. Well, Luton's not great. It's not great. It was great in the 80s. It's not that great anymore. In fact, it's a terrorist hotbed for the radical scumbags. So this is the propaganda. They're actually making a film about Luton. And that film's not about the problems Luton has. It's about painting a beautiful picture of this landmark city and beautiful city. And obviously it's going to show us all the great that the Pakistani community have brought to the town. Unbelievable. And that's coming to cinemas near you. Ah, it's depressing. A walk through town's always eventful. Yeah, that's the film. That's the film that they're busy filming now. Obviously they'll show how diverse it is, they'll show how great the Muslim community get on with everybody, and none of the problems that the towns face or none of the problems anyone's experienced will be shown, I doubt. I predict, you know what I mean? Just when you hear they're making a film about Luton, it's like, what is it? Oh, it's about fucking how great it is with the Muslim community. Oh, God. Give me a break. So, Maybe make a film about what really happened. There'd be no film producer who would dare do it. That's the problem. They should make a film. There should be a film showing all the problems this country's faced. Anyway, won't be watching it. Vaki Hussain. Cheers, mate.